Hello.
Hello, hello.
How's it going?
Hi.
Hello, my funny friends.
Oh, dude.
There was no riot today, which scares
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Is anybody here?
We were 2 minutes late.
Can you
even.
hear
Are we on
me?
the right channel?
Are we?
We better be.
Should be.
Are,
Yeah.
are we,
How
are
have
we
you been
live?
late so many times? The riot actually happens 2 minutes from now.
Dude.
Well, I'm getting an Amazon trailer when checking the trailers, or the channel,
Oh,
So that means we're live.
Fair enough.
That's good.
Dang it.
On time barely
Damn
exists
you,
for us
Bezos.
at all.
But did we announce? Yes, we did.
We did.
Dang it, Jeff.
And we changed the title. We're all set. It's February 24th.
Dragoni says, I apologize for the lack of a riot. I was distracted by
That's
a cat.
a great reason.
Fair
That's a
enough.
great
That'll
reason.
do it.
Speaking of
that'll
the
do it.
Flecken, you
Domestic
gotta go
teams.
and lay down somewhere.
Flecken is a dog, Saps.
Stop being
Yeah, I'm fairly certain Flecken is not a
Yeah.
cat. Oh my goodness. Okay, Maisie was just like pawing at my leg, and then I looked over and she just disappeared.
Jean's right here. Hey, Jean.
Anyway, Phoenix Wright.
Pet check. Here's your
Uh,
pet at.
We're on the last day of investigations, correct?
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Yeah, I think so.
We just started it.
Yeah, some stuff came out about one Joe Dark.
Oh, he ate all his food. That's why he's needy.
Nah.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm so sorry, Mr.
Let's get into
Wright.
it.
I'm sorry for what my sister said.
It's a sport to feed my dog.
Lana has to feed her dog.
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is. Diddle-dim,
We
diddle-dim,
did what we
diddle-dim.
had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
I didn't know.
See, that's the thing about the death penalty. You can't take it back.
Yeah. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Could you tell us
God
about
damn it, Phoenix, read a book.
Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
That's a scary dude.
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to protect me.
So that means you.
Yes. I was a witness in Joe Dark's trial.
Whoa! I didn't see that one coming. Whoa.
I did.
Twist!
Did they already say
Let's
that
talk
before?
about it.
We kinda knew that, but we didn't know the details.
Talk to me about the Sline incident.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right around this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together when she finished her work. Then, suddenly, this terrifying man came busting through into the office.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then,
What happened?
I'll never forget it.
Luckily, a meteor fell and hit Joe and he tried to take me hostage.
Oh, wow.
Lightning struck, and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant.
It killed Joe Dark instantly.
What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
Permanent picture.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could just have testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though we may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma.
Something about this permanent picture.
Intense. What did you see?
Pretty little
What
picture.
did you see in the instant that crime occurred?
Darke knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
Joe, what do you have there?
A knife. No.
No!
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently, I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Or Emma. You've been through so much. Or Emma. Wait, she's right here, standing in front of me.
Poor you, you've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies.
Isn't that the Flash's backstory?
I don't
What?
know.
I wouldn't know.
Hmm.
And find the evidence to
Check
make an
confirmed.
airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. And I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes them a tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime.
Puzzle me this.
There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery here.
Nothing strange here.
Joe Darke had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detectives' offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Oh.
Hmm.
Across from the elevator? Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective.
What?
What? She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
What?
After the Joe Darke case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Despite not having been a lawyer before then.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Seems-
Lana used to be a detective?
Apparently law school doesn't exist in this universe.
What? You sure
That
do-
explains
you
a
can,
lot.
You can just transfer jobs just like that. It's fine. I'd better have another talk with her.
They let literally anyone become a lawyer.
Ace Attorney, Trial and Tribulations, foreshadowing.
Yeah, I guess. I'm trying to remember what you're referring to in that game, but
You took
sure.
us
Is that the third game,
Prosecutor?
right?
No,
No, I'm actually talking about the defense.
Yes, you are. I did
Oh,
forget.
yeah.
Fine.
Now you got it.
Fine. The three of us are the only one that have played that. We're here. We made
Oh,
it.
here now.
yes. Hi. I like your medals.
I like
Lana.
him too. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we?
Oh my god. Where do we even start with that?
But, Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty.
Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana, Emma told me about you.
Impossible!
No, she
Oh.
did. About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs?
Yep.
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
Damn right I do.
Talk about a trial.
A lot of revelations were uncovered in the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence in that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be.
That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth.
It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Wow, metal. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department.
Phoenix, you can't just murder someone like that.
Well, Lana's being a little dramatic, okay?
I sold my soul that trial.
Anyway, back to brass
Yeah.
tacks.
So as I was saying,
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said?
Phoenix is as tired of the melodrama, more so than anyone else.
well, he would be.
He knows what's to come.
About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife?
No, he's dead, man.
Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us?
Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before, except in
I'm not even
several other
looking
games.
at you.
You're not.
That's what's phased, I guess.
Yeah. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago.
She was amazing.
Squad.
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 Goals.
Squad.
Squad goals.
Yeah.
A squad of 2.
A
Wait,
squad can be 2.
can a squad be 2 people?
I guess.
They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
A squad can be 5 dads and no kids.
Chief Gant?
He was the deputy chief on the police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be.
They were the best team ever! They solved crimes before the report could even be filed.
Emma really idolizes her big sister. Is it just me or is Saps quiet? Ask the chat.
I can fix that real quick.
No!
Oh my
Ah,
And also, yes,
Okay.
the squad can be 2 people so long as they dress super snazzy. Yes.
Yeah.
I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was...
To gain experience investigating crime scenes, so you could use that experience in court, right?
so I'm guessing you went to law school before that as a child?
Yes.
Obviously.
What worse things have happened? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
She attended law school from the ages of 9 to 13.
That cannot be right.
That sounds about
That
right.
cannot be right.
2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Darke.
Will the defense give their opening statement?
Just a baby. Aw.
Yep. That was an awkward zombie comic, right?
Yeah, probably.
Probably yes.
Or adjacent.
Oh, I actually think so.
What? Oh,
Or like a similar style of comic.
Yeah.
Second in command, that means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right?
Yes. Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations.
They even had the same office.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
God damn it.
We were roommates.
We led a team of the best detectives on the force.
Oh, yep, there's the comic right there.
No, thank you.
Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Darke was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Darke.
You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Yes? Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Darke that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Darke must have suddenly panicked. So we waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down and fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Chief Gant and myself.
That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana.
It appears so. I was filling some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Darke.
Ugh.
F. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
I count 2.
3 bodies.
I can't too.
How can you count my flashback? Are you a psychic?
Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma. Oh, Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out.
And the suspect, Joe Darke.
Mm.
During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Darke had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
What did you do?
Stab that fucker.
Wow.
To be honest, I panicked.
Yeah.
I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
Can't blame her. After all her sister must have gone through.
It sucked, my dude.
Yeah, I bet.
After that, I placed Darke under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident.
Yes, Phoenix, pay attention.
Good
No.
job. Do you want a
Your
star? Quite a coincidence, hmm?
I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
At least one. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came to surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely.
I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Darke.
Life doesn't...
I would keep when ellipses come up, I keep waiting for a line that never comes.
Yeah.
Meow.
Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet.
Oh.
Emma was assaulted by Darke at the police department, right?
Yeah, in the office that Damon Canton I shared.
Sure, hammering that point home.
The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The chief's office. I said in red text.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder.
Keeping the crime scene to yourself, babe, buddy. What the?
Huh?
Uh-oh.
Wait.
Did it do like double moving or something?
It's fine.
It's like
We're stuck here
flicked-
forever.
I did it again.
You don't got a case of the Joy-Con drifts, do ya?
No. It's like I think I'm flicking. I'm like flicking the control stick, and I think it bounces back.
Oh, yeah,
slightly.
Yeah, so it like overcorrects itself when you let it go, basically.
Whoa. I'm using the Pro controller, not a Joy-Con.
Oh.
Okay.
The superior
Pro
controller.
controller drift. No.
I mean, those can get drift too sometimes. It's just easier to fix.
Mario told me.
So I want to go
Criminal affairs.
criminal affairs.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere. Where'd that guy?
Things seem kind of
Ow.
quiet around here today.
You're right. The chief of detectives seems the same, though.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Alright.
Let's not talk to the chief of detectives.
Right. We can come back here later.
Move. Police department. That blue badger.
Don't look at him.
You keep talking, I'll put this flag in front of your
Mm.
face.
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
Never thought things would turn out the way I went. I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera, sera. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck would run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy?
Must be his pet cactus.
Aw. If Billy is okay, then maybe the and Charlie can hang out. Let's have a play date for our plans.
I don't think he is okay. Say, where are you headed?
Phoenix and Marshall are both very sad and lonely. men.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. And like, he goes to his office Like Marshall goes to Nick's office with a cactus. It's like, hey, I brought Billy. And they like put him next to Charlie, and they just look at them for a while.
The tree slowly leans away. Like over the course of hours.
I don't know if it's a good idea. Billy might be a bad influence on Charlie. What are you talking about? Oh, I think we're getting some opinions about cacti in the chat.
No. What is it, Jay?
It's
I just heard whistling.
It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner.
Good.
But, Mr.
Why
Marshall,
do you meet?
why did you do it?
Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one.
Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened?
Nope. Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Oh, I guess we can talk to him. Tell us what you know. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. Wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so.
What do you mean, fishy?
Yeah, some of the facts reported were. Sorry, I am.
Alright,
Gotta take a sip from my flask
take
over here.
a fucking sip, babes.
Okay.
It's high noon. Okay.
It's like 4 o'clock.
Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, murder weapon.
The murder weapon? Yeah, murder weapon. You mean the switchblade knife and the broken tip with the broken tip?
Well, that was Joe Darke's all right, but in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained.
What does that mean?
It means there's a good chance that that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased.
Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence?
Concealed and congealed. That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. One of the best prosecutors around. I just made detective when that went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother.
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day.
The highest honor? You mean the...
King of prosecutors.
I knew it!
What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor.
Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother.
The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal.
Interesting.
It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. Can't believe 2 years have gone by already. We tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die.
Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered, and the evidence locker was empty.
There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room.
What about Detective Goodman?
If they did something to him too, the commissioners would have gotten suspicious. Nah, they were careful enough not to be too obvious.
They?
Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Sky. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second-in-command, Lana Sky. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both their careers.
After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right?
Yeah. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left.
Question mark?
How do you pronounce this?
Eh?
Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Sky was totally different when she was a detective.
Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out.
Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago.
So there you have it. That's my story. Do you enjoy it, partner?
It was certainly enlightening.
There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth, he ain't my enemy.
Good.
He was the one who used the falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today.
Achoo.
Drink up, boys. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Delicious water.
Oh, good.
Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina.
Bye, Marshall.
Muchachos.
See you later.
Well, he's dead. Now what?
He's dead.
Oh, he
Damn.
did.
Yeah,
He's dead. He's dead
he's
now.
gone.
He died.
Underground parking lot.
Unfortunate.
I guess this? Let's drive for 30 minutes and go
Buried
here.
in the gravel in his own voice. Eh?
No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr.
Everyone's probably busy doing or looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case.
But instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Yeah, thanks, idiot.
Hang in there, Lana.
I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Very true. Edgeworth?
Alright.
Now I can go to the
Yes.
High President's office.
We're here.
Mr. Edgeworth isn't here.
Damn it!
Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee again. He took a real beating in court today.
Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago.
Well, I really whooped his ass in court today.
I guess we'll just have to come back later. I didn't do it.
Really mopped the floor with that guy.
I didn't do it. He received the beating from somebody else's damn fault.
I know. It's like, but you didn't do anything. My work here is
Yep.
done. Okay,
Well, good to check.
so...
So where are we headed?
criminal affairs again.
I was gonna assume we went to Officer Gant's office.
Ah!
Oh, or go here.
Aha.
I mean, that's what I was trying to do, but it wasn't an
Yeah,
option.
you get there from here.
Okay.
This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room.
Oh, thanks. Wow, he actually talked to me. Us.
I'm so lonely.
With the chief prosecutor saying that she did it, and the decision about what to do. About Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together.
Wow.
I think festive is the word usually used for those.
But not the festive part of it.
Oh, honey, no. Honey.
Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything.
Hey, you're right! You can't go in there, it's off limits.
Why did you say anything?
Dang it.
Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm.
You still need to learn how to work with these guys.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Emma, we shouldn't have asked if it was okay.
Oh!
Whoa.
Oh, but we went anyway. Great.
Yeah.
We're here.
Wander.
Hang on.
Wander.
This is mandatory.
Hold on, where
Jay called it immediately.
I heard him shuffle. I'm like, oh, here he go.
Oh. Oh, perfect. Even better.
All right. Didn't expect that one.
I got him.
I expected
Ganton.
Bowser. Ganton! Now I want that to be a mod in Smash. I want that. I want Damon Gant over Ganondorf.
But what about that over a mod in Ocarina of Time?
Oh,
That wasn't too loud, was it?
That was
No,
perfect.
you were great.
well, I mean, I'm not
Okay.
watching the stream, but... Whoa, where am I? Damon Ganondorf.
In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door.
Gantendorf Damon Meyer.
Very good. Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten.
You did?
They used to call me Little Miss Buck.
Oh.
I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me more.
Wow.
Or notes.
I could never remember where C was.
Hmm?
Ah!
You found my organ, I see. It's you two.
Oh, God.
Oh God, Chief Cam. Oh God.
What are
He
you,
put that,
what are you doing
put
here?
that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Righto, have you been swimming lately?
The fin's been damp lately?
No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately, these past few days. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement?
When are we getting Book of Phoenix?
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
You mean
No,
how could you
no.
possibly succeed in that? You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it.
You'd have
Oh,
to memorize everything about the game and
You
what you're
sure would.
supposed to do.
You really would.
Not a guy that we would do this.
Oh, you
What?
mean about the forged evidence?
Hard mode.
2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there?
No.
Yes.
You do. Don't lie to me. That's a picture of Lana, Neal, and me. So, this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Ah, I got that thing. Great.
Got a full suit of armor over there.
Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh,
So forward.
but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has been long since over. There's no need to investigate it anymore.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore.
Got it.
Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. Bye.
Looks like we aren't welcome.
It seems that case isn't over with yet, after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied a request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
You mean like a clue?
There's got to be a way we can get inside the chief's office.
Or there could just be sensitive information there.
Very true.
Breaking the law, Donna, breaking the law.
We made it. Wow.
Phoenix Wright, gentleman thief. Hey!
Oi there, pal.
Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting?
I'm just taking a breather. My feet hurt.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everybody coffee.
Oh.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop.
Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth?
Edgeworth? No, why do you ask?
He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court.
That sounds serious.
Mm-hmm. And steamy.
Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsifies evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
Well, that sucks.
Yikers.
What do you
Bye.
want to talk about, dude?
Now let's talk.
F, my dude.
But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she?
Oh, regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth and that goddamn smile of it is so stabby. His amazing talent as a prosecutor kept him safe from those who didn't like him. But now with this,
Are there really so many people who hate him?
in our world, only those with talent rise up to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. He's basically a baby prosecutor. Anyway, there's no better receipt I know of. No recipe I know of for making enemies.
Hey, Dick, keep up the good work.
Yes, sir.
Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Oh no.
What?
The joke is that he's old and talentless.
Ah.
Because everybody likes him.
Oh.
You gotta
You
take
gotta
me
take-
back to that joint sometime. Oh, yeah, you go for it.
You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, right, Dick?
Yes, sir.
Seems like you don't have any problems with enemies.
Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out, you know. Anyway, I'm worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. You know, it'd be terrible.
He already
How old is
has
Gumshoe again?
during the DL6.
How old? He's 30. Oh, he's only 30. Okay.
Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing.
He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything?
The only evidence Darke left behind was during his final attack.
His final attack? You mean...
When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some Goyle.
some Goyle?
Just some
Some
Goyle.
Goyle. Me.
Goyle?
Some Goyle. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the Goyle.
It's me, some Goyle.
That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all.
It's me, Gargoyle.
Well, what was it?
Oh, well, let's see. I think it had something to do with the Moida weapon. Maybe it definitely do. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewheres here, okay?
His powers of recollection never failed to impress.
Maybe we should show him the murder weapon.
You're right. Gargoyle would absolutely be someone's
Yeah,
name
it
in this
really would
series.
be. It might jog his memory.
Yeah, let's do it.
Tell me about these dark crimes.
Joe Darke was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. Slash
salaryman.
stabby.
A businessman. What made him take to serial killing?
One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car.
With his car. So, it was an accident.
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
An animal.
He killed the man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed again. And the kid walked by then, so he killed that guy too. The jogger also was going through. I'm saying a lot of things real fast. But finally he turned himself in. And then he killed him.
Yeah, that was all automatic. I didn't. do
I
that.
figure it's good.
Seems he was a pretty careless animal.
Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence.
Wait, so he turned himself in, and there was no evidence.
Right.
You got it.
So
That's
confession wasn't evidence.
Hey,
If it wasn't
no.
official or under court, it would be
Yeah,
hearsay, so it wouldn't
Hey,
count.
exactly.
So he turned himself in.
So I just want to say that I did the murder. Hearsay. Objection.
No, he wasn't in court when he said it. Therefore, it was hearsay.
Well, I mean, that's basically what Lana's doing right now.
No, she
Yes,
was
but-
in court when she did that.
Oh. Yeah, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim. He's just like, I'm gonna get one more. I'm gonna go find
Wow.
Right.
that guy. Prosecutor Marshall.
So, like, did he confess?
That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Darke was arrested on the spot.
I was like, I don't know about this universe, but if somebody confesses, it generally doesn't go to court.
Well, there could also be the claim of, like, they want to be a copycat and get the fame instead of actually doing the crime. You know, which shouldn't happen and is very weird, but has for some weird reason.
Well, they call him a serial killer, but, like, all the killings happened at once.
Yeah, you're right.
He doesn't like his cereal getting soggy. Does it quick?
Like, he supposedly hit someone by accident with his car, and then he got out of the car and stabbed someone who saw that, and then stabbed someone else who saw that, and so on and so forth.
No, yeah.
And he killed like 4 or 5 people.
Wouldn't there be evidence on his car as well, then?
Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
you. What kind of Keystone Cops is this place running?
Hey, hi, Gumshoe.
It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed.
Yeah, that last witness,
Yeah, the Goyle.
the Goyle, aka Emma.
Oh yeah, we gotta show him the knife. Look at this.
No. Oh, found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife.
Oh, wrong knife.
Oh, what would drive G's prosecutor Sky to stab someone?
Stay.
Wait, you don't mean that the thing that I said before? I guess I'm leaving now. Bye.
Yeah, I think this is from before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want a different knife.
There
This
it is.
knife.
Why do you have so many knives?
About this.
Oh, hey, is that,
It has the tag attached to it with the label SL9 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of.
oh, what are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. And it was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
Oh, that's it. Now I remember what incriminating piece of evidence was. That thing right there, that stabby thing. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again.
Okay, here we go.
And I forgot.
This knife, it was Joe Darke's, wasn't it?
A new conversation. Who dis? Oh, that's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it too, which is pretty good.
But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
Yeah, that's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see that it is broken.
Wow, I never noticed that before.
Only happens during a murder.
Wow.
You don't have to take a good look at it to notice that.
Well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. It was in the body. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body.
Are you saying that? So you're saying that his body broke the knife when he got stabbed?
It got
He
stuck in the
drank a
bone.
lot of milk, sir.
Maybe it was barely hanging on by like a thread.
It was found deep inside the stab wound.
Ah, yes. The threads that knives were so famously made from.
yes. By like, I don't know. What would you say then, smart guy? Did it match Dark's knife?
You bet. Down to the last fiber and thread, man. It was awesome.
That's pretty conclusive.
When is that YouTube knife maker guy gonna make one out of yarn?
Oh god, no.
If he hasn't already. The world's sharpest yarn
He's
knife.
already made it out of milk.
All he'll need is some hot glue and some cement, and he'll get it a dump at.
No, Jay, no.
But then it's hot glue. Then it's a glue knife with yarn in it.
No
It's
one
not
was
a yarn
supposed to
knife.
know about that.
A glue knife. A glyph.
Lunar's preferred weapon of choice.
Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know.
Can I ask you one more thing?
No.
Yes.
What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. He's pretty good about that.
It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered.
The chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around if that's okay.
Oh boy. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door, so.
What? Really?
But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with a breach of trust.
Wait, does that mean we can use Detective Goodman's ID card?
Hey.
Breach of trust?
Simply put, I would be canned.
Oh.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
Understandable.
Well, it's
Have
the
a
funny
nice day.
things that happen without. It's funny the things that happen without us planning them, huh?
Yeah.
How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
Oh.
That won't work either.
Aw.
The data was deleted the day he died.
Oh.
That doesn't sound smart.
Dang it!
Oh.
Dang it!
Well, it was
invalidate
probably
it.
removed from the active directory, but it was still stored in the actual SQL database. So I actually had it on archive, but it wasn't an active admission with the network.
Thank you, nerd.
Fuck off.
What?
Nerd! So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office.
I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind.
In red text, even.
Change your mind.
So.
Change your
There's the
mind.
sharpest underwear kitchen knife on the channel.
You do not have this item yet.
Sharpest underwear kitchen knife.
Does that mean that
What?
technically that knife would be on
How?
threads?
How?
This dude is magic.
They get
Anything he touches turns
rigid.
into a knife.
He made it out of milk! I
Hey,
will just stop questioning after that.
I mean, I get that if you like freeze it or like.
Hey,
It
Sam,
didn't
take
freeze
Phoenix
it.
for me for a minute.
Will do.
Okay.
I think
The
it
world's
like processed the milk
sharpest
so it got
bowling.
like a consistency in it, and then sharpened
Right.
that. But anyways, what do we do?
Like you can make milk solid just by removing the liquid part.
I'm pretty sure he mixes it with other stuff to make it
Yeah.
turn into.
That's. And it's not strictly
Still.
milk.
Anyways, where should we go? Detention center? No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Edgeworth?
Edward?
Edgeworth.
Edgeworth!
Edgy boy.
Edgeworth! I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
Go in water, Charlie.
There he is. It looks like he's writing something.
What are you doing here?
He sure is quick to throw the paper on the floor.
Snatches it from the floor, reads it. It's like, dear diary.
Tough day in court, huh?
Steals samurai fanfic.
Dear diary, everyone's being mean to me.
I'm back.
Today I couldn't find my diary, so I'm writing this on both of my Steel Samurai the movie DVDs. I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me?
Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you.
Not to Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
You can tell me how you really feel. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day.
Rude.
No clues here. I wonder what he was writing before.
Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edgeworth's sitting right here.
Just distract him. I'll check it out.
Okay. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe at the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground!
Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet.
He didn't even look.
Gumshoe can wait.
What? Letter of...
If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says, Letter of Resignation.
Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean...
I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died.
No.
F.
But, Mr. Edgeworth,
think-
none of it is your fault.
My youth wasted on frivolous pursuits like a law degree. You know the path I've walked, the only road that I've ever known. You don't need to tell me.
Don't know where it goes.
No.
And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. What I've done. And no one else should forgive me either.
Wow. Uh-oh. I think he's serious.
Shit, dude.
Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something.
This letter of resignation.
Oh, something.
I wonder if I can use it for anything.
Check.
Letter of resignation put into bucket. He's serious, says the description.
I wonder who we're gonna show that to.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Don't worry about it.
Mill.
Due to the recent events, I hereby announce my resignation as public prosecutor.
He really wrote a resignation letter.
Wow, even when resigning, Mr. Edgeworth is cool and concise.
Stop fangirling for 1 minute. Gosh, Emma.
No,
So rude.
still, it wasn't his fault.
It's gonna be.
Mill Edgeworth. Milk Edgeworth.
Ugh.
Someone has to be held responsible. That's how it is in the grown-up world.
Yeah, but that responsibility means nothing if he just quits.
Well, not everyone sees it that way.
To truly take responsibility, you should have to work the rest of your life with no pay.
No, Emma, no, though. Emma, no.
That's- That's one tough grown-up world there.
World's sharpest Miles Edgeworth kitchen knife.
I'm guessing he was in the middle of writing Miles when we walked in.
We can't know that for sure.
Per hour.
That's conjecture. Inadmissible in court.
So I may have watched a lot of legal recently, so you know.
Eh?
Yes. I understood. He's watching law stuff on YouTube.
Oh. So and so think it's lawed.
Excuse me.
Probably. Yeah.
Of
Yep.
course.
Now,
Would either of you care for a £1/4 of roast beef?
madam, you are the
Yes,
single
please.
goddamn reason I eat so much on this stream.
That sounds kind of nice. Miss Star, I guess she's at lunches.
You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you?
You, have any pastrami?
No.
Is that a cheese?
No. Excuse me?
Kind of
Read the line.
There's so
Say
many.
it.
Oh. Kind of like the
Say
first person who stuck the cow's nipple to discover milk. Blacken was disturbed by that sentence.
You know, cows aren't the only animal that make milk.
You upset him.
You said nipple. You did it in English.
Still, I never thought you'd go.
You told me you never say that word.
You'd go thinking of the case from 2 years ago.
Be careful, something's going to explode now.
Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9. Oh, I thought I was giving you time incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't be attributed to mere coincidence.
Did we ever find out who the defense was on the Joe Dark case?
No, I don't think we will. I don't think we will.
I don't think it matters as much.
They didn't do anything wrong.
Not gonna.
Aren't you forgetting something?
I mean, they defended Joe Dark, but somebody had to.
You know, that little scene I happened to witness.
The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife.
No matter how much the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. You didn't.
Probably Grossberg. No, Grossberg is not a... He's not a public defender. He's like a private attorney.
Robert Hammond. I think we did this joke last time.
Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten.
Miss Starr's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago.
Flecken didn't want to be carried, which is why I flubbed up that line.
Do I have to talk to her? Okay.
Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trained him for half a year. Oh, the pressure.
I mean, actually, it could have been me.
And now we finally know who this fourth person is.
Pushing
Yeah.
down.
Still, I don't know. I think I was even more alive than I was then. Or ever more alive. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy.
Oh, delicious. That's so appetizing. Here you go, old chap. Just a steamy bowl of hot gravy, just how you like it.
Drink up.
Marshall Wade.
I'll get my spoon.
Poor old Jake Marshall, though. Must have been going through hell.
All right, strong man, hand me the gravy boat.
You mean because of his brother's death?
Not the train?
There's no gravy train here. They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate.
Her?
Lana Skye.
My sister?
The best of the best were put on that SL9 incident case there. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo.
Lana and Chief Gant.
That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
You mean with the forging of the evidence?
And such.
Don't get me wrong. Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in the court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret.
But you don't have proof anything illegal was done.
I am proof enough of what happened.
You is?
After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even as much as an explanation. Then Lana Skye transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor.
Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor.
Nothing's quite as simple as it appears.
Huh?
Lana Skye was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
Oh, come on, she's at least a rook.
She could be used.
All right, name a more iconic duo. I'll wait.
Damon Gant and Lana Skye. There it is. Gant led the investigation.
What?
What?
Whoop, whoop,
You-
whoop, there it is.
He made a
Sorry.
Space Jam joke.
Oh. God led the investigation
I'm lost.
with Lana's second in command. They were the best.
They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they?
Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal.
His magnetism?
Oh, did you
Animal
know?
magnetism.
Oh, did you know his other name is Magneto?
Hmm.
By that I meant his
Mhm.
ability to attract evidence.
Welcome to Die.
He had produced the most incredible evidence with the cases he handled.
Incredible evidence. You mean
Oh, yes. There were rumors about him even back then. No one dared to confront him, though.
I take it she's talking about forged evidence.
Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her.
What's with all these beefy, well-dressed prosecutors forging evidence?
Right?
It's like a club.
Really?
I guess he was a cop.
Oh, yes. Myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake.
Mr. Marshall.
When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. That's what makes this all the more infuriating.
Miss Starr?
That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that?
Alright, being used. Last conversation, I hope.
Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence.
Chief?
That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office.
What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred?
If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along.
But how could he control Lana?
I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her change.
At last.
We ended the dialogue.
I'm finally getting to the end of these dialogue options. Thank you, Miss Starr.
You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create a fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been.
Thanks?
And with that, flacken what is that?
I don't know what that means.
Let's go pee.
Okay.
He's been sitting at my lap this entire time waiting.
Huh.
That is
So
a
I'm gonna
good
be right
one.
back.
I guess I didn't really, internalize that your dog speaks Norwegian.
It's a weird concept, I know, whenever you speak English to your animals.
Stop speaking in tongues at that glowing box. Take me outside.
Once my cousin trained her dog to be bilingual in English and Spanish. Basically just teaching the same tricks with English and Spanish words.
Interesting.
The dog
Well.
only wondering why.
We had a destination and then she interrupted us.
Yes. I'm going, Gumshoe?
Gumshoe.
Gumshoe!
Gummy boy?
Where is he? No. Oh,
Oh.
there's more stuff. Oh, okay.
Okay.
There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. And that's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that fact.
Did I miss anything?
We're
Not
talking
much.
to Edgeworth now.
Nah.
Other than that, not
Got it.
really.
But you didn't know, did you? Oh, I mean that the evidence was falsified.
The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, and my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have.
Mr. Edgeworth,
I take pride in my work, so tell me why. Ain't nothing but a heart. Why has it all come to this?
Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up.
Should I mute while he's eating?
We don't really hear him.
No.
Okay, good.
Are you up for the trial tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know why Edgeworth is feeling so sing-songy today, but there you go.
he's just dramatic.
First last year's trial and now this year one. It seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
But, Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial.
Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this.
What do you mean?
The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
How many pages do we have?
1, 2, 3. Coming up on 4.
These usually are twice as long.
It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd.
After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given and to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time.
Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time.
That picture. Something seems strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over the station, right?
I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one.
Because you were awarded this?
Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I actually have done that before, but it's because I was already going to a wedding. I finished up at the office in the morning and then drove over to the police department.
You finished up at the office?
Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. Didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back.
Take something back?
This.
Oh yeah, Chief Git asked you to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office.
That's the story we heard yesterday. Uh-huh. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to?
That's right. Should I show him stuff? Oh, we have this.
Oh yeah,
When did we get this?
while we were at Gant's office.
Yeah, you don't remember that? He showed it to us.
Well, I didn't realize. I thought we just had like one quick look at it. I didn't realize it was put into the into our.
That's ours. I took it right off the wall.
Okay, again, we got.
Mine now.
I'm noticing a few strange things about this, but I'll say.
This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office.
I took it.
Mine now.
Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy.
Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me.
Yes?
The trophy Mr. Marshall's holding?
Damn it.
It's a little different than yours.
Yes, you're right. I remember now.
Remember what?
That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design.
A story?
Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us?
No.
Oh.
It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on.
Gonna need to hear that story.
This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard the story?
Me? Oh, yeah, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though, for Emma's sake? Yeah.
Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon.
Wait a minute! Objection! Those claims contradict each other!
Very perceptive. But then again, you've heard the story before, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unstoppable force, immovable object, Anyway, as you mentioned, the very description of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born.
Didn't.
Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize...
Precisely so. This symbolized the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Didn't it end with them actually trying to pit the spear against the shield and then saw whichever broke first or something?
I think they both break, don't they?
Yeah.
Wow,
No.
thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today.
That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield?
You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished.
Chief Gant. What's that guy up to? Nobody knows. He's a mystery.
So, Gummy?
Yes,
Yummy boy.
Gumby.
Gumby, are you
Hi,
here?
I see that you were not tired of me yet.
Oh, no. Come,
Oh no,
come back
I'm
later.
very tired
Do
of
you
you.
want some?
Detective Gumby!
That was my final line.
Do you want some dysentery?
No.
Have the chocolate.
Chocolate pudding. Oh, you're back.
Oh god.
Frightening.
Oh my god.
It would be a
Sorry, I
secret
got
weapon.
distracted because my cat is melted.
Oh no.
Hey, don't worry,
She's
she's a
just like
liquid.
laying completely sprawled out.
Aw.
She's so hot and uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
You're...
Go, okay, go.
Oh, you're still here.
I gotta make 150 copies of the coffee. These files.
of the coffee.
Brewing coffee, copying files.
Brewing copies, coughing files.
Gumshoe, you poured coffee into the copying machine?
Gumshoe, no!
Must.
And you shoved papers into the coffee machine.
Yeah,
Much
that's what you
coffee
told me to
copy.
do, right?
Yes. I'm turning into a regular DJ.
You're a DJ as well?
Check out my mixtape on Spotify.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey.
Oh, that's not nearly as fun.
No, not quite.
Oh, that DJ.
I gotta admire your persistency.
Yes.
Persistency, yeah.
Ah, but my answer is still no.
Question mark?
Question mark? Sorry.
I'm not letting you into the chief's office. Period. Follow my period. It'll be my neck on the line. It's sturdy, but it has its limits.
Exclamation point.
Interrobang!
That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. I have to take a look in there!
There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. How about
All
a
right.
semicolon?
Exclamation point!
Present.
Have a present, dude.
Oh,
Interrobang!
oh, what's this crumpled up piece of paper? No, no way. Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. He doesn't do that.
He's very serious. It says in the
Is he
description.
ever,
Serious.
is he ever not
He's serious. He's serious.
Pretty serial.
I can't believe they pushed him this far.
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice too.
I was willing to sacrifice our love.
But I know different now. He's more of a songstress. He trusted us detectives to prove him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him.
Detective.
Meh. Oh, that's it. I've made up my mind.
But
What? Here, take my ID card.
Oh my god.
Breaking the law!
We can't do that. If someone found out,
that wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report.
Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop.
nah.
After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated.
What?
So, at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
All right, detective. Thank you. Wow. Thanks. You're the best, dude.
Yoink! Alright, let's go!
Come shoot best boy.
Not Christmas.
Here goes, Mr. Wright.
Click.
We're back.
Okay, Emma, I'm going to need you to listen to me very carefully.
Yeah?
Do not touch the pipe organ.
Why not?
Emma, I just
I
need you
still
to trust me
find
on
out where
this.
he is.
You'll be lost at sea.
Do not touch the pipe organ.
Which one of these is it?
I'm very good at piano. I can teach you later.
Is this one at the beginning of the 2 black ones or the 3 black ones?
If anyone finds us now,
Detective Gumshoe's a goner. Oh,
If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Come on, man.
Gumshoe, I need you to listen to me. Do not touch the pipe organ.
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost.
Ah! Detective Gumshoe!
Well, that was a delayed reaction.
What are you doing sneaking up on us like that?
I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong, so I came to. As you do.
If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Detective's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pocket.
Why? Why?
Hey,
That's just how it be in this world.
don't do that to my card.
Oh boy.
I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. I can't believe they got him the organ. Oh, besides, we're all in this together now. That's how it works.
Jay, I need you to sing it.
How to,
Oh.
what?
Jay, I need you to sing it in Gumshoe's voice.
Okay, in Gumshoe. All right, let's try it. Besides, we's all in this together.
Thank you.
We needed that.
You're welcome.
It was important.
Yes.
You really do want to get fired, don't you?
Not if we're lucky. Now, come on. Let's see what we can find out.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
So I guess examine. Let's examine all the things. We got some armor.
This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons?
Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations.
First the
Or
pipe organ,
limitations.
now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars have gone into this room?
What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes.
You don't have any taxes to pay.
Shh. Be careful of what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding in that armor as we speak.
I don't think you fit in there. He's too big.
Emma?
Oh, sorry. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out.
Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. He pops out of nowhere and tells me how much I should go swimming. I think he wants to drown me.
Oh my god.
Horrifying.
You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor from up here,
At first, the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window.
Wow.
really? Why didn't he?
He kinda did.
They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view.
Ah.
Okay. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window.
And there's some stained glass up at the top.
Be-
A little bit.
Also, like, look at up here. This mold. What the hell, dude?
That's a suspicious looking safe.
This is a safe, isn't it?
Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue and murder.
Okay, if you say so.
I said so.
Okay.
It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it.
A 7-digit number. I think
1137.
I might just know it.
What?
Maybe later.
What? Oh.
I'm not sure what will happen if we enter the wrong code. It might explode. We'd better wait until I find something more definite.
11000. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check the Oregon and the other side of the.
A 7-digit number.
office.
Didn't we see something like that somewhere?
How about we try and turn my birthday? Is that
How would
7?
it be yours?
Oh,
Loon.
that'd be 7.
Wait, that's a Pokemon then.
Oh, yeah. The Chief's Oregon sure is a sight to behold.
No, that's Lanoon, isn't it?
God damn it, Gumshoe.
Occasionally we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department.
That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building.
When a detective screws up, the chief calls him into his office, and all we hear is na 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 for hours, man. It's awful.
Oh, you're going with that.
What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul.
Calls to be da na 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 da na 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 na.
So only good guy songs. Only good guy songs.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay, after that, the detective couldn't hear anything for days except for the ringing in his ears.
So it's an instrument of punishment, literally.
But aren't the chief's ears affected?
He never listens to anyone anyways.
Damn, that's besides the point.
That's a good.
Wow. Sick.
He's built up an immunity
it's over here.
to it.
Sick burn, bro.
What's this desk?
This is Lana's desk.
Phoenix.
This is Lana's desk. It sure is tidy.
Oh, Lana must
Lana's-
be deaf too.
Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner.
There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back here?
No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. It's fine. They were the stuff of legends are made of.
Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime?
We're saying to check the floor.
This mark looks like some kind of flower.
White is it's designed after the insignia on the prosecutor's badge.
Prosecutor's badge.
The one hanging from your collar.
What? They have badges too? Come on, Phoenix.
The design's
was
supposed to. Hey, no, it's fine, but the design's supposed to portray the serenity of the punishment system.
Oh, yes, the serenity of
Ah,
punishment.
yes. Now that you mention it, it does look all pointy and kind of painful.
But Mr. Edgeworth never wears a badge.
Oh, that's because he's a shop dresser. A badge like that wouldn't go too well with his outfit.
So sharp dressers don't need to wear badges?
Looking at Phoenix.
I guess someone just kind of let it slide, you know.
I don't see how that's supposed to signify severe punishment.
Window?
Oh, look at that giant window. Isn't it neat? Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside on like push.
Gumshoe, no!
Gumshoe?
Gumshoe, why?
Whee!
Edgeworth has a badge? Impossible. He hasn't been presenting it to everyone he meets.
This is the 15th floor. Please don't do that.
I knows. I was just saying it'd be fun to go push.
Saying what? It'd be fun to go push.
Ever since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that.
He wants to do a Die Hard.
Note to
Who
self,
wouldn't?
Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams.
As long as he doesn't go crashing through that window. When he gets fired, oh no!
Don't
Oh,
say
no.
that.
I went out like a wrecking ball.
These shelves are mostly empty.
Now, if you're coming from the outside and crashing into here, and do like a cool roll at the end, and then like it's like you're under arrest.
Now you got it.
These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf.
Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Aw,
Sad
she
day.
left it here.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, wouldn't she want to take it with her?
Oh.
Sad.
Ooh.
This was taken on that day 2 years ago.
The day Joe Darke ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma.
After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here, and it was great. Then went along with Chief Gant to question Darke. I bet he never knew he'd be dead in just a few hours later.
Gee, you think?
I knew.
What?
Then why didn't
You
you?
heard him.
Why
Is
didn't
there
you
something
save
you're not
him?
telling us?
I thought he knew.
Wow, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk.
Speaking of that, when we were here earlier. Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk.
Oh.
What?
Huh?
I wonder what he was reading.
This looks like, list of evidence.
A list of evidence, you say?
In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though.
Twice as many.
Hey, look at the case name.
SL9 incident.
Wow.
Wonder what's doing here.
You know, he could have burned this. Pretty easy. Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
Oh, I said, I wonder what.
No, about evidence lists. About evidence lists. They're usually twice as long.
Oh, that's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence in this situation.
A half-sized list of evidence.
The list of evidence. It seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. Long.
What would the other half of the list be doing here?
I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case.
Oh.
It would appear so.
Hmm.
I know.
That dude.
I know.
So I went to rip the house. This is all I've got. Alright, cool. Oh, we can check again.
We found this inside the drawer.
Found this.
A list of evidence from the SL9 incident.
Mr. Edgeworth had the other half of that list.
What would this list be doing here? We better look a little more into this list. Yeah. Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds right.
Ah.
Oh
this?
my god!
What is this? I wonder what this is. It looks like someone drew some kind of sketch here.
What is it? Did you find something?
I can't make it out. I better keep quiet about it for now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
Communication is for nerds.
Why are your eyes moving around like that, Mr. Wright?
I better not forget about this picture.
Okay. Neil's Neil's autopsy report.
Oh,
Oh.
important.
Look at this.
Who's Neil? Oh,
Time
Marshall.
of death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Between 7 and 7:30, caused death. Single stab wound, piercing heart, lung. Died from blood loss in under 10 minutes. Weapon found in wound was missing tip. All right.
This is a safe, isn't it? I've seen these before. Heard of them?
7-digit numbers. A.
Hmm.
420.
4989596.
Alright, you gotta memorize. Now try it.
All right, we've read all this.
A 7-digit number. I think I might just know what it is.
Do you know what that is?
I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my my birth date? It's
No, Gumshoe. I don't. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing.
Use the Nintendo DS touchscreen.
Huh.
Confirm. Access granted.
Ta-da!
Oh, the microwaves.
This is so
The microwaves.
Bingo.
Oh, my hot pocket is finally done.
Bingo.
What number did you enter?
Whose birthday is the 77th day of the 77th month on the 77th year?
77777. Yes. Final ID card.
July 7th.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one belongs to Jackpot.
Oh, okay.
Ah!
Sounds right.
He moved out to California's.
That makes sense.
I hate it.
The number of the
I'm
mysterious.
imagining it with 2 T's.
The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered in that day.
You mean 777777777? That ID number?
I think you're 1-7 shy this time.
Hell, this can
This-
only mean
No.
one. No, that's you. But I
That-
also agree with you. I want you to
That's
know.
Chief Gant's ID number, Gumshoe. Can you believe
Oh
it?
my God.
Say, anyone care to look inside?
Nah. Don't need it.
I am
This
a
man is so
heavy
excited.
mouth breather. Images you can hear.
Oh my god.
Is there any monies in there? How much does he have stashed away?
Gumshoe.
Look, it's a...
A knife. Oh. It's a shard from a broken cup.
This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before?
How'd you know it was from a cup, Gumshoe?
Good question.
Is it from a cup?
There's
I don't-
something else in here, too.
I don't know. Maybe I saw the painting on the wall. God.
What's that? It looks like a piece of leather cloth. Well, it's not cloth then, is it, Phoenix?
This is a handprint, isn't it?
No, I've seen this before. That's a turkey.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
But
Yeah, you know.
Oh.
I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once.
You just gotta draw on your beak and the
Yeah,
feet.
yeah.
Give him a little hat with a buckle on it.
You think the chief made up that design?
I don't think so.
Oh well, it was just a thought.
Is that it? Was that all there was in the safe?
Apparently so. It's empty now.
Are you sure there's not like a secret compartment or something?
A piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup.
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you can prove that they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. I mean, it's a safe. After all, it's my neck on the line here, even though I was okay with you opening the safe.
Great.
That
Now I have to
difference.
Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them.
Well, that's easy.
How are these two items related to the SL9 incident, I wonder?
Come on! There's gotta be something we can do to show the detective.
For both? I only know one.
So do we have to present? So, the shard is obviously from. Good God, y'all.
Well, let's start there.
This.
Sounds like an idea to me.
But do we know why we had these pieces of vase? I've always been unclear.
They
Have we been carrying these around
Yes.
this whole time?
they're evidence in the SL9 case that we found in the evidence room, right?
I thought they were just kind of
Yeah.
on the ground in the evidence room, which, I guess that makes sense
Yeah,
on why they...
Gumshoe knows about it.
Yeah.
Detective Gumshoe, could you take another look at this jar?
Oh, I remember when the three of us put that back together. Oh, those were the days.
It's kind of early to be nostalgic.
It's never early to be nostalgic.
Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case?
Oh, hey, there it goes.
I don't want to be a critic of nostalgia, but let's just move on.
That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident stickers on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
Oh, you mean this one that was in the safe and...
Yes, that one. That was just in the safe.
Hey!
Oh, he's heavy. He's heavy breathing.
Oh, now that you mention it, it's ringing lots of bells. Let's see if it fits.
Let's just leave him be for now.
He gets
They're
there
bad.
eventually.
That's an option.
Here, let me see that chart. I'll take a crack at it. It's already
I
got
mean,
enough
don't
cracks.
crack it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do, yeah.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue.
Yeah!
Of course you have glue.
What were you doing with this, Emma?
Nothing.
If I could piece this together again, it'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence.
I both love and hate how cursed you are with that, Lunar.
I know.
Yes, Bean
It's all
Man.
Zero's fault.
That is also Zero's fault.
Ring.
That was a
There.
good gift from Zero.
It's like a charm.
The ears are being more pronounced from him.
Chief
Yes.
Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident.
No. Hey guys, get a load of this.
What is it?
This piece you just attached. It's different from the others.
How?
It's 11037.
There's a reddish line on it,
A reddish
otherwise
line.
known as red.
So that is pink.
That's blood!
Or
It might
could
be
like,
Sharpie.
you
No,
know,
blood-
kind of orange.
Blood dries brown.
Yeah. I don't get it. Blood dries brown. Why would the Chief Gad hide this in his safe?
Why indeed? What is happening?
Unstable jar.
Well, that's one of the two things.
Blood is pink, though.
Hey, look here. It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain here.
That looks like blood. Yup.
This piece the chief has is different, though. The bloodstains on the other pieces are just spots. But this one's a line.
That is odd.
It probably doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, it has a back to it?
It looks like there still might be one
Whoa.
more missing piece.
Oh.
I think that is the missing piece. It just didn't actually get replaced into it.
Huh? This thing doesn't have a bottom.
That's weird.
Gust bellows.
I wonder which side is up.
Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar?
At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right?
That's not how dust works.
Would you... Hang on. Would you arrange this jar like this?
No.
Or like this?
No.
Definitely like that. At least it would have a better shot at surviving like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put magnets in the bottom to get a metal table.
I'm still gonna yell no for the reference.
No what?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
He was doing the would you wear your pants like this or this?
Oh, yeah.
And the ending of that is no. Is there like a face on the one side? Like what
The
is
ending
this
is not-
minimalist art?
The ending is not no. The ending is.
Sir, I'm just mesmerized by it spinning.
No.
Okay.
It holds air.
It's a jar full to the brim with air. So next we have a piece of leather with a handprint. Ooh, how about this?
Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this.
Oh, hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints somewhere?
That's a great idea, Detective.
All right, go to town. I mean, what's gonna happen in the chief's office? He doesn't know what white powder is.
I'm not sure what was just implied.
What's a little more white powder in the police chief's office?
It was just a small crack at the chief.
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that?
Go ahead, take my fingerprints.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Damn it, Gumshoe.
Eh.
He's confused. Come on, this isn't the time for jokes.
He wasn't joking.
We're talking about the cloth that we found in the safe.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. Oh, the one with the handprint on it, of course, yeah.
Right,
Gumshoe
yes.
weeps confirmed.
Jeez, where's your sense of humor?
Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints.
I found him.
Yup, look at them, they're right there. Sprinkle the powder in the cloth, then once they've been absorbed into the prints, blow the rest away.
What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times.
Do we ever get to meet Phoenix's parents?
No.
That's a
They're dead.
shame.
Don't they have their own game?
Aw.
Not his parents, but it's like great grandparents.
Ancestors.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's get this over with.
You never have enough.
Honestly, though, like, knowing how this was when I tried it before.
Just make sure that everything has its own cover.
Oh, no, wrong button.
Oh, you
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
I am the fool.
Wander is the fool.
Now we gotta use this Photoshop brush a second time. I still hear the
You aren't
organ in my
supposed to use
head. Eh?
You aren't supposed to use the brush at this size. Okay.
It's the wrong layer.
Chocolate Prince.
I gave it my best shot.
That kind of result won't be any good for magic prints, will it?
But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print.
Okay, let's try a different finger then.
That was just one finger?
A different
Yeah.
finger.
Yep.
Oh no.
Different finger.
We have to find the correct thingy.
I identify the fingies.
Oh, you know.
Better hope we remember which one we tried.
Better watch out. Better watch out.
This is the index.
You
Better
better
watch
watch out.
Better
You better watch out.
Better
You
watch
better
out.
watch out.
Give it my best shot.
Listen,
Nope. Try again.
Now,
try
second thing,
the rude. Try the rude finger.
bird.
The mean finger.
Give me the bird. Hilarious.
Oh.
That's not so good.
Not good enough.
No.
Send it
Michael
back.
Meekins.
I like that we have exactly the correct finger that we need for every person.
I
Picard
already have his
Gumshoe.
prints. Why do you want to have to take him again?
Oh, go back.
That's kind of close. Oh.
Oh.
What?
What's wrong, Jay? Problem.
That's.
Tell me your issues.
I mean, I don't know what the cloth is from, but why?
Murder.
Murder.
No. How can this be?
Moida.
What are Emma's fingerprints doing here?
Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they?
Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Ha 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 ha.
Aw,
Uh-huh.
that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
We don't even have Dark's prints in our records.
You could have.
Hey, you, over there.
You're finally awake.
Oh god, I was suddenly remembered that reminded me of the video we made.
What's going on here? What are the kids' prints doing on that chief safe?
Don't ask me, dude. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Oh, that's a good idea.
Okay. Here, maybe you should hold on to this, you know.
Thank you.
I'm over here now. How you doing?
You teleported. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's?
Yes. Oh wait. Oh, sorry.
Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day, 2 years ago.
Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices the strict policy of preserving the crime scene.
That's a strange reason to leave it there.
He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. You know, it's his vibe.
Wow.
He told us so himself at your New Year's party. Of course, he was extremely intoxicated at the time. Like, if
Oh my.
I
Did he
see.
reference being drunk?
So,
Or high.
how many
Okay,
glasses
fine.
of grape juice did he have that night? So, ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that
I've
desk.
had so much coffee.
Not coffee.
No one except Chief Gant, the cleaning lady who's in here each morning.
Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing here. No clues.
Over here again. Oh, and can I ask you something about something?
Sure.
You only came here to look around, right? Like, because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Just it's the only one.
Why do you ask?
Can I play the organ?
No.
Okay, well, you don't think... Nah, you wouldn't be... No. There's no way, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, now then, let's look around for a bit more.
Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy.
What is it?
When someone tells you don't worries about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. Bother
Don't
yourself.
worry about it, Jay.
Bother
Don't
yourself.
worry about it.
You don't just let it go with that.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry, this guy's starting to get on my nerves.
Am I?
Ah,
Okay, so what's bothering you?
I'm gonna have to ask you to back away a little bit.
You two don't think, nah, it couldn't be. Come on now. Oh, Chief Gant might be a suspect now, do yous?
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him?
He's a son of a bitch.
Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings just yet.
There you go, ignoring me again. Come on, pal. Well, was I of any help?
Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very
Uh-oh.
kind, is it?
Ah, fuck.
In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, it would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat?
Chief Gant in the oh, no.
We didn't think you'd be back so soon.
Oh.
Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective.
oh.
Aw.
Do you mean me, sir?
Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask that you all leave.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, you in the coat.
Me, sir, yes, sir.
Drop off your ID on the way out.
But it doesn't have it.
About that.
You won't be needing it anymore.
But it doesn't have it.
Oh yeah, we crumpled it
Yeah,
up.
but sir,
I'll be needing your gun and badge.
Now get out.
yes, sir.
Did we leave the thing open?
We'll be on our way too then. Wait, you, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
So just Emma. Oh.
Me, sir?
I'd like a word with you.
But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet.
You with the spiky hair, you're free to go.
No, I'm gonna.
Get out.
We should stay.
I'm her ride, so I'm gonna stay. Make sure she's safe.
Chaperone.
Mr. Wright?
Chaperone.
I'm her babysitter.
No!
She's dead.
Look, look, pal. If I told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits.
Uh-huh.
But no, you just had to go in there sneaking like that, didn't you?
Oh my god, Gumshoe. But I thought you said you didn't care if we were in your if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I would have never said it.
Ugh. Now that I've seen what the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time?
Anyway, are you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with the chief again. I'm gonna figure something out. Later, pal. Chief, they was in your safe.
Oh no. Oh god, Gumshoe.
No. No.
After that, I heard from
You
Emma.
wouldn't.
She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day.
I was about to say charisma isn't your best stat, but then I realized What is his best
Charisma's
stat?
definitely his best stat.
Stealth?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Like dexterity.
Fortitude.
Oh yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning.
Also, who calls it fortitude?
Now you know.
It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court.
I'm committed. No.
Yeah, I'm committed to doing everything I can do to defend you, which is why I'm here.
Listen, I shaved my sprite. I thought I talked.
Hmm?
But I already told you all I can.
What you've told me over these past couple of days
It's nothing.
is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing.
Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman.
You know,
Never said I was the one who killed him.
I think I've finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words.
Goody two shoes.
Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous.
Ooh.
It seems Edgeworth was right.
Edgeworth?
Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe.
Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story.
Oh.
Oh.
Tell me.
I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted that you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual.
What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say?
You.
So you think I'm protecting this person?
Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it.
Exclamation mark.
If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence.
Ellipses. For argument's sake, Mr.
... I'm lost in thought.
For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly frightened of. What is this person's name?
Mike Meekins.
That makes sense.
Shit, you
Ah,
coward.
shit. You're afraid of
Wow.
yourself?
Shut your mouth!
Trust no one, not even yourself.
Well, Miss Sky, yeah.
Edgeworth, I bet $5 he figures this out, Lana.
Huh?
Lana, make it 50. I doubt it. Deal.
Hold on. Mr. Wright, you're addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
What's that? I can't hear you.
I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. Spill them.
Spill those beans.
Spill them.
My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective.
I detected him as a respective.
Assuming he's respectable, then tell me something.
Assuming he is detectable.
Why would he try to hide his crimes? Because he did them?
He's certainly delectable.
Why would he hide his crimes? What does that mean?
His crimes.
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence.
Of course, these are serious offenses.
Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned?
Chief Gant?
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was...
Me. I had access because was second in command of that investigation.
Yes, you, but also another Chief Gant.
If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case.
Aight.
Sounds good. Take that! I just found this in a safe in the Chief's office. Don't tell anybody.
No, this wasn't his desk. Oh,
This jar piece and this piece of cloth.
guess any of those three would work.
Do you know what these
Yeah.
are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all of the blame for him?
Touche, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders.
I owed Edgeworth $50.
Even if it means being found guilty for murder.
Couldn't you have just borrowed 50 from Gant?
Shit, you're right. Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
In the murder of Detective Goodman.
Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate.
What's meant by these so-called orders?
Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day.
Oh yeah. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I
I
suspected.
just remembered the thing about Edgeworth being told to bring a piece of evidence to the prosecutor's office.
Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken. And I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body.
The murder weapon. You mean Edgeworth's knife?
No! When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it.
The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Darke's knife.
I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife.
That would be Edgeworth's knife.
That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him.
He's already dead.
That's why I ended up cutting my hand.
And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand.
I'm surprised because that's the only spot I can show you my hand. Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
Miss Starr, huh? She did it. It was her. Why did you need to hide Darke's knife so badly?
It took a lot of work to finally close the Darke case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that, by whatever means possible.
So you hid Darke's knife.
The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe
How do
Dark's
you
case.
see the words?
What's going
I
on?
had to glance.
I see.
If the word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that.
It's not necessary.
So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it in Edgeworth's exhaust pipe of all places.
Right. Then I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler.
You asked Emma?
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence.
Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day.
Uh-oh.
She called it.
A bad feeling?
The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him?
The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time.
Sucks.
However, yeah. It seems after I spoke to him, he went on an escapade of his own.
Oh, you mean...
Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands.
He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence.
He had already stolen the ID card. But it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared.
So, your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. Oh, that sucks.
I fucked up.
Nah, you're fine.
I'm afraid that's all I can tell you.
But Lana,
You earn my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator.
Oh,
Now,
someone believes in me.
please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow.
tomorrow's trial, there's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. That's it? That it? Oh, not quite.
No.
Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago?
That's a glowy
There it is.
spear.
As that to be continued.
To be continued.
This is the last.
Oh, we still got half an hour left.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
We're heading into the last section of this game now. The very last.
Oh.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Now,
Dawn of the final day.
I imagine that this trial is going to take a very long time, though.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I'm wondering if we can, like, if we use this half hour and then get back to it in a full stream. I don't know if we beat it. Maybe.
I think we
Does
should.
anybody?
Either way, let's do this half hour. We'll talk
Yeah.
about it, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let's save. Oops. Yeah. There
We're here.
We did it.
This is the defendant lobby, all right, but there's no defendant. I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if... Edgeworth?
Something's been happening behind the scenes.
Or that.
we go. Oh,
Okay.
something's been happening behind the scenes.
Edgeworth.
Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who the owner of the 777777, etc. ID number is, that is.
Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. No, you know, Phoenix. You just know. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out.
You know, the only reason that this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything.
True. Not yet.
In any event, once all doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. And, officer, tell your K9 unit to be quiet.
Misso.
5 minutes, right, and Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty.
Hey. But she didn't do it.
I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say.
This is the first time he's ever done something like this.
Is it though?
Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her.
The truth.
Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. So much background noise.
Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past.
That depends on you.
Oh,
If she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened.
I'll think about it. See you in court, right?
See you there. Is that my dad? This is
He
it.
died.
This is it. If I'm ever gonna find out what Chief Gant has on her, it's now. Oh, the final judge. I think
It's the final
Jay?
judge. Oh shoot. Maybe.
I'll be Jay.
Yeah,
Jay or Lunar? Because I'm guessing that Lana and Gant are going to show up on the stand today.
Yeah, I think Emma's also. Well, maybe.
Emma might show up at some point, so probably.
Let's start with Jay.
Yeah, Jay's here, right?
Hi, Jay.
Now I know what you're gonna ask next, and no, we're not sure.
Alright.
You can't steal his thunder like that.
So you come to
Not
me
like he
again,
hasn't said it before.
asking me to be the judge for you again, huh?
Everything I think I'm good, they make me bald again.
On the day of my daughters to be married.
All right. Court is now in session for the Lana thing.
The defense is ready about that Lana thing, Your Honor.
All right.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Normally, when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement,
Question mark?
point. But before that, the police chief has a proposal to make.
Chief Gant.
Whoa, how'd you do that?
Hello, everyone. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Haji, been back to the pool yet?
No, I've been drowning enough with my work, and you.
That's a good one. Don't think I can top that.
If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is this proposal of yours?
Lana, that is to say the defendant, Lana, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble.
Oh,
Shit.
she's actually gonna hear and say it. Okay.
What's this all about, defendant?
I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. One simple one.
Oh, well then, what is your request?
Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial.
Huh?
I confess to all charges against me. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman. In the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office.
No, Lana!
Yes.
No!
Lana, yes.
No, you can't! Can't do that! Your Honor, the defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea.
In
that
that
a
case,
thing?
Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services.
I can't do shit about that. But Lana...
Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but has sufficiently proven it's the case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please.
Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation, but her request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation.
We'll never have those again.
Indeed, it appears there is no further need to continue this trial, so I'll just grab my gavel.
No!
Even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise.
No, this can't be happening.
It appears that the time for the verdict has arrived. This court slams the gavel and,
No! Oh, who died? Oh,
Now,
huh?
Objection! One moment, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth,
The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature.
Come now, Worthy. I understand this is a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut,
You see, Mr. Gant, I'm a bad little boy.
I always knew. Also weird.
I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant.
Nani?
Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With the sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes.
Some kind of deal. Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. Oh damn, oh damn, oh damn.
I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness.
to whomst?
As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. I request the court hears her testimony.
Lana?
Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue.
I don't care what you think, Miss Skye.
Fuck you too!
Wow.
The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it.
Oh, very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. Oh, that okay with you? Right, Mr. Gant?
Worthy, you'll live to regret this, mark my words. Yeah. Thank you,
Sorry,
Darke. I knew I could trust you to back me up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We still can't get the sound to go through my stream, but we'll provide the sounds for
Oh, yeah, 'cause he went, yeah.
you. Yeah. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand.
Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. He going.
Make this red coat. Make this red coat red with blood stains. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma. Emma Skye.
I think Miles just got the news that Capcom is giving him his own game.
Hell yeah. My occupation? I'm Lana's little sister, and I want to be a scientific investigator.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Darke of the Joe Darke killings. Is this correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. It is a incident is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant?
Yes, it most certainly is.
Well, okay then.
He sure gave in fast.
Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago.
The trip to yesteryear has finally begun.
Yesteryear.
It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial.
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
2 years ago.
I was waiting in my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me. But I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest.
It's a good thing you weren't harmed.
I passed out. I don't remember much.
That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's moida?
That will soon become apparent, Your Honor.
You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence.
I learned that from you.
Oh.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Crinkle.
Right in my sister's
Crinkle,
office.
crinkle.
Hey,
2 years
five.
ago.
Okay,
2 years.
There it goes.
Jeez. 2 years ago.
Judge!
The defendant was a detective at the police department, correct?
Listen, the lunch lady's not here. I'm hungry.
Yes, she was second in command under under then Deputy Chief of Police Gant. My sister, she was the best detective ever.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh my god.
Deputy Chief Gant and Miss Skye used to be quite the pair.
I believe they shared the same office.
That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day, too.
The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day.
Lana promised me to take me to dinner after she finished her work.
Hold it! A man.
What is a man?
Miserable pile of secrets. Yeah, in this case, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Joe Darke.
I present to the court a featherless chicken.
No.
What?
He was a serial killer.
Behold, a man. Joe Dog was brought in for questioning on the day of that ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest.
Oh, when he saw his chance, he fled from the room, right?
Upon fleeing the room, Darke proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then, he ran into Skye and Gant's office.
There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened the door to have a look. That's when I saw him.
Hold it! What was the prosecutor doing there?
That day, there were 2 people present during Darke's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Gant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Almost forgot about Gant.
Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony.
I assume that would also be why he was the first to run after Darke?
When Darke grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead.
And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in.
I don't clearly remember what happened then, but
Hold it!
Did you see?
Can you tell us about that? Just a bit.
But you don't clearly remember it, but you won't forget it? Is that? Well,
Don't worry.
don't worry about it. Mr. Marshall jumped on Darke. Just then, the lights went out.
The lights?
It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on and lightning struck nearby.
So the electricity went out?
Wait a minute. If it was pitch dark in that room, you shouldn't have been able to see anything, right?
Right, but just then, lightning flashed outside again. That sudden flash left an unforgettable image of the scene in my mind.
Oh, like a camera flash. Oh, yes. I do know what those are.
Yes, exactly like that, Your Honor.
I told a detective about what I saw then.
The detective?
Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case.
Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim.
Well, hear more about that.
Stop her!
So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago.
And then?
Yes, that's what's so scary about this trial.
And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw?
Yes, but at the time, the words just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture.
A picture? Yes, I think she mentioned that before.
Oh, well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough?
Should I ask about the picture?
Don't need to hear about it.
Nah.
Not necessary.
We've heard enough.
Really?
Not necessary.
Nah.
Don't need it.
I can't tell.
I don't trust
Okay.
you. Like, am I supposed to say stop right now?
No.
Why? You asked about the picture.
Okay.
This picture the witness drew, I believe it has a very important meaning.
Objection. But the list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture.
That's because there's a dick.
Oh,
A witness, would you mind if we would address the statement to your testimony?
Yes, Your Honor.
It'd be a pretty dress, like a
I
pink
would
one
mind.
with a bow, and then, oh.
I drew a
oh!
picture of the scene once, but yeah.
It was lost.
You drew a picture of the scene you witnessed, right?
I literally just said
Can you do that?
Yes, I wanted to do everything I could to help with the investigation. I can still see it now, whenever I close my eyes.
That's strange. I took over the case after Prosecutor Marshall died, yet I never received any picture. Perhaps the witness is mistaken?
But I did draw it, I swear! I'm not just imagining it.
This picture that Emma drew, it reminds me. I guess I should check the evidence again.
Well, anyway, let's continue.
Yeah.
This scene that imprinted an image on your mind. Can you please describe it to us?
The man?
The man.
The myth?
The legend.
His knife and stand.
Oh, that must have been a real shock.
No time for puns, Mr. Wright.
Ah, got him!
Even now, when I close my eyes, I can still see it just as clearly.
And they didn't have a
Tell
clue.
us. What were you doing at that moment? I believe you testified that Joe Darke was holding you hostage.
When lightning struck and the lights went out, Mr. Marshall jumped on Darke. I was thrown aside, and the two began wrestling each other.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure I was watching them.
Emma doesn't have any reason to lie. But Lana sure does. I need to get Emma to tell me as much about this as she can.
Alright, so...
What was that about a picture?
There it is.
Look at this
It's
photograph.
lost. It's gone now.
Ah!
Nobody has that.
Look, look at this pictograph.
Ha!
Make sure you give her the right. Is it this? I think it's that one. The evidence list.
Yeah, it is the evidence
yeah.
list.
Objection! Mr. Edgeworth,
Shoot!
this poor little girl put all her heart into drawing that picture. And yet you would insist on denying its existence?
My favorite is when Phoenix and Edgeworth are on the same page during a trial, but they still, like, put on a show.
They gotta make it entertaining.
Huh? Hey, I'm not a bad guy. All I'm saying is that, as the prosecutor for that case, I wasn't handed such a picture.
That may well be. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold!
This is the evidence list of the SL9 incident. I already have this.
Please turn it over, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
Turn it over your eyes.
Turn it over. Turn it. What is this?
Why is it that way?
Yes. What is that?
Hey, that's it! That's the picture I drew!
Indeed. Two men appear to be wrestling here.
What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list?
It's me? Huh?
Only the prosecutor in charge should have access to that list.
Oh, you mean lists? They're different from each other? I mean, no, that's it.
What?
It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that the evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. Behold! You can see the marks here where they appear to be torn apart from each other. They are
So-
once again made whole.
So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you.
What? What?
Order, shut up. But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of an important list?
Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor.
Me?
Why would he do that? Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor!
Meh? Are you all right, Mr. Wright? You keep slapping the desk.
I will.
Your
I'll
eyes
continue.
are bulging from your head.
If the evidence list was torn in half...
I love this animation. I've said it before, but I love it.
Then there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list.
Oh, oh yes, that is quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth.
It's possible.
Fitting. Very fitting, considering what's going to happen.
Is something wrong?
You ever need to ask?
Sorry, Your Honor.
It's been a bit of a day.
There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. It's that thing!
Fucking damn it!
Yeah.
That thing! That thing was dancing in the evidence room.
The chief of detectives jumps up and is like, I feel like my copyright. No, I'm infringing on someone else's copyright.
What if this is what they designed the thing on?
God.
Clearly, this act of vandalism is the work of a certain chief of detectives.
I guess he was out of scrap paper. No.
No more music.
Very well. Witness?
Hang on. I just gotta...
Can we see the whole thing?
Yep.
It's
It's
definitely
beautiful.
the same art style.
Yeah.
Why would they be different angles?
Well, why would the angles?
Right?
Yeah, like the
Oh, I
guy
see what
stabbing
you mean.
him. Yeah.
Good question.
Orientations. Oh, will you please testify about this picture you drew 2 years ago?
Huh? Oh, yes, Your Honor.
What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at the picture. Okay, so here's the question. Is this the point where we jump? If we start here next time, then we could just read the whole testimony and go from there. Get
You're
next.
right.
We could. I can't pause.
Oh.
Now I can.
Okay.
No, I guess we'll just go through this then.
Alright.
Okay, never
No.
mind.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
So,
Guys, I think there's one more stream left.
screen shake on,
probably.
vibration
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xbox. Oh.
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 I feel like we tried this and didn't like it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Dude, I guess we're gonna finish this
All
next
right.
week. This sounds...
And with that,
Yeah, with that?
it was...
It was,
Blue badger soup.
Spill
Blue
the
badger
bean.
and
Spill the
Shadow
bean
badger
soup.
soup.
Shadow Badger. Oh my god.
Shadow badger. It's the dark. God damn it! No!
I found you.
No!
Baker.
It's that blue badger.
I think you're the fake head
I
dog
think
around
you-
here.
No, I think you're the fake
Right. Oops.
I think you're the fake badger around
Yep.
here.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow
Tomorrow.
we're doing
What are we
Superliminal.
doing
aren't we?
tomorrow?
Yeah, Superliminal.
Ooh, that game was awesome. Oh, cool.
I am excited about that one.
Me too. Well, look forward to it, folks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Until
Well,
next time.
Yeah.
Until next time.
See y'all,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
For proper